Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to A Tea with Li. 女士们、先生们，欢迎来到李世锋茶谈录。Today, with great honor and pleasure, we are having Louis from Sichuan, China, to share with us his story on martial arts, dancing, and fitness by our weight. Louis, please. So, why and how you choose the martial arts as your hobby and later somehow profession, and greatly you are uniting dancing into your training and fitness by your own weight. Please.
Okay. Hey, hi, Super Lee, and hi, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here. My name is LouisJade, and okay, so let me answer the question. How did I start my martial art journey, right? I was born in China, and I was born in a Chinese opera family, like the Sichuan opera. So, since I was a kid, I've seen those flips on the stage because like my family, they are actors, right? Actress. It's like there is a Chinese opera theater. It's just like downstairs where I live. So when I was a kid, I used to go to see Chinese opera like daily. It's like they do those crazy flips and those things are deep in my mind. And of course, because of the Kung Fu movies, right? It's like my childhood. It's like I grew up with Jackie Chan, Jet Li, like their Kung Fu movies. So I always wanted to be like strong. Yeah, I always wanted to be strong, like be like a hero. So I started my martial art journey. But actually back in 90s or like even early 2000s, because in where I live, the resource is limited, right? I couldn't find a good martial art school or like the all I had was like a taekwondo or like sanda or like those kind of options, right? So I took what I can. It's like I also read books and just started by myself. And yeah, and after school I went to Guangzhou to know Thai boxing. It's like yeah, Muay Thai, right? It's like very practical, like the combat art. Actually, there is an interesting fact. Even by the time I was 15, I didn't believe in Chinese martial arts because all I see, right, in daily life, it are those like fancy performance, like those forms, and they just do a lot of stuff, but none of them can really fight. So I had a doubt deep in my mind. And after Muay Thai and also trained MMA, boxing, after that, I turned to Kung Fu, Chinese Kung Fu. The story happens like this because I did meet two masters. They can really fight really awesome. Like those two are Tai Chi masters. One is like a Zhao style, another one's like Yang style. Like I just met them in the park, and I was like surprised because like their movement looks not like a big deal, but they are so fast, and there was no way I could touch them. And since that time, I tend to like Kung Fu, right? Like I know more and more about Kung Fu. Like I started with like the tree stance, like Zheng or like other arts. I also like how to say, I did my research on different type of Kung Fu. They are external or internal. So like actually at the beginning, I was more into internal. It's like, for example, I did some kind of a Tai Chi, but not with a form. Also like a Xingyi and a Bagua. Like I just practiced what I could find, right? And then I went to Beijing to learn Wing Chun. It's like my Wing Chun master. He's pretty awesome, and he combined. There is one martial art style called Yi Chun, right? Yi Chun with Wing Chun. It's like they practice like Xingyi before, so they combined the Wing Chun with internal style. So that's how I started Wing Chun. And after learning years, also trained Wing Chun with different people, like some masters from Europe, right? Then there are different style of Wing Chun. It's like from Long Tin or just like from other different style. Also, I was like, I started to teach. Yeah, and that was like I wouldn't say that was the end of my martial arts journey because I'm always exploring, I'm always learning. Also, I'm teaching, but I'm learning at the same time. It's a pretty fun journey. And there is one thing about martial arts is like how you move your body, because Kung Fu it's basically like body movement, right? You need to move your body. You need to move your body to express yourself. So how do you control your body? How well do you know your body? How do you train your body? I call it an art. because it is an art, right? You have to know your body first. You have to know yourself first. I always tell my students, body is an expression of your mind. So you have to know yourself, not to just follow some kind of mechanic procedures, and you don't know what you're doing. You have to really feel, and you have to know what you need. Actually, you do know what you need, like everybody who trains like for such a long time, right? And you know what your body needs to move, and what kind of exercise is good for you. So there's one thing, it's like the body weight training, right? Like calisthenics, I call it like it's not a lot, like I call it calisthenics. It exists since like a human being exists, because human beings body to move. You have to climb the tree, you have to do all sorts of daily activities. For example, you have to run, you have to jump, sometimes you have to fight with those beasts in the nature, and you have to have the ability to do all sorts of daily activity. That's a movement, right? They say like life is movement. So that's basically the movement. So how to train body weight? It's like I started with one program. It's called the convict conditioning. It's one guy who's been locked in a jail for 19 years. He wrote a book, and he said he learned those old school calisthenics in a jail, actually in a jail, found some kind of last century strongman's like those secrets. So that book was really impressive. Even back in the time when I was training MMA, like Muay Thai, right? All the strength training we did was just body weight training. We didn't actually lift weight that much, right? It's always body weight training. And also in Kung Fu, like those Shaolin monks, most of them are like body weight, right? Even if you use some kind of different tools to practice, but body weight is a main thing. Yeah. So I intuitively started my body weight training. I think that's how I get really strong. The thing is like even back in the time I trained MMA, I used body weight, and I was the strongest guy in the whole school during the time. So I know the importance of body weight training and how to push your strength to the next level. Because nowadays, if you go to the gym, right, you see the body weight training is more like warm up or just like simple push-ups, simple squats to burn fat and maybe to build some shape. That's all. If you walk to the gym, yeah, you don't really see people can do like a very impressive one-arm push-up, one leg squats or one arm pull up, right? Those are the old school like calisthenics, like strength fit. So basically, I started to learn the old school calisthenics, and I got incredibly strong. Yes, and I could do those incredible moves, and my strength boost to like so many levels. Also, like my body conditioning, right? I could punch faster, kick faster. And with my bodyweight training, there are like also two different stories. Like, one guy who influenced me a lot was like Paul Waite, the guy who stayed in a jail for 19 years. Another guy is like one guy from Special Forces. Like his name is Pavel Tatsulin. He's like now he's in America, right? He trains like army, like those fighters, MMA fighters. But he was in Soviet Union last century. It's like he was one of the member. He trains like special forces there. So another way to train is like I learned from him. Basically, he asked you to train smart, not to train hard. So it's not like it's not like bodybuilding approach, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm gonna kill myself in a gym, right? I'm gonna do or die mentality. No way is to basically you have to have a smart body. You have to have a strength and you have to have flexibility and all the condition, all the different qualities. I would say qualities, right? And basically he asks you to limit your move maybe to only like very a few and make it extremely good. And that's basically my training method is also different than other people. And also with the dance, right? Since you asked about dance, it's like I'm a fan of ballet, but I'm not really a dancer. I mean, if someone's like a ballerina watching we're talking and ask me to show some moves, I'm just like doomed. I'm just on my 7th lesson. I'm just a beginner. I just love ballet. It's an expression of your bodies and artistic expression of your body, right? So basically, we practice Kung Fu. It's like we use Kung Fu as a way to express ourselves. Also, dance is a way to express ourselves. That's how I see it. So basically, I'm still exploring. It's like I see myself as an explorer to like I'm still learning different how to say how to train my body. Also, there are so much more things for me to learn in Kung Fu. Yeah, I'm still like always on a journey. I'm teaching, also I'm learning, also with body weight, with ballet at the same time. Yeah, that's my
It's
story.
such amazing that you mentioned a very important in training, which is focusing on our body weight. You know, by our body weight, because now we may see quite some people who are training in the gym. They have big muscles, they have great strength, but some of them, they are lack of flexibility. They are
flexibility,
lack
right?
of mobility, right? They have strength, but not so good. I mean, speed or mobility or flexibility. So, but the body weight, I think it pushes us somehow to be very creative, to use the different shape, different angle, different direction, you know, because we only have our own body, and your sort of is enough. If we can find a proper, smarter way to train. And
yes, you only carry your body to everywhere, right?
Yeah, and you don't need anything else. You have your own body. You can train it everywhere, and
absolutely.
Yeah, and by being creative of training by our own body weight, we create a great path to be in greater mobility with strength, in greater flexibility with strength. They see that we don't need to training flexibility and mobility anymore, because the way of we training our strength, we already practiced our flexibility and mobility. So I think
exactly. Look at it. Yes. Look at the horse dance, right? It's like everybody like who trains Kung Fu, they train horse dance. You have to have flexibility to stand as low as possible. Also your back, your spine, everything, right? Also, if you're doing the one leg squat, right? Let's say it requires your balance, also your flexibility. If you cannot even stretch, there's no way you can do the move, right? Also, it pushes your strength to go to the next level. And some people think like bodyweight training, you cannot really train strength. It's like some tough guys, they think if I want to be strong, I have to lift really heavy. But actually, it depends on your goal. What is your fitness goal, right? If you're a martial artist, what you need is your strength to move your body to move your body to strike faster and more accurate. And yes. So basically, we need to train in a different way. And also, let me, at least I think in this way. And there's so many coaches I met, they all think in this way. The most important thing in your life, right, with physical activity is your ability to move your body, right?
Yeah.
You carry your body to everywhere. You have to jump, you have to run, you have to do all sorts of activities. But let's examine some practice in the gym. For example, if you are doing the press, with weight, right, on a chair. In daily activity, there is not even one movement you can sit on a chair and press some weight, right? Basically, you have to, if you are saying you're doing push-ups, your core engaged, right? Your legs engaged. Especially if you're doing a really proper one-arm push-up, your core should be really, really strong to do that. So basically, there is no isolation. You have to use every part of your body, how you engage your body, and you have to focus. It's like, I call it, how to say, a dynamic meditation. It's more like you train body weight, you focus on all the details, right? Very similar to what we train like the Zhang tree stance. We have to focus on postures with our energy, with our breath, right? How you breathe, it's like basically very similar thing,
And is there any connection you found between dance and the martial arts training? So you mentioned that okay, the dance is the way to express who we are or our body, and the martial arts as well. But if you use the very short word to define the difference between martial arts and dance, what you will say? What you will share with us?
Okay, that's a very good question, because like martial arts, it's realistic, but dance is artistic. When I was at my first ballet class, I was afraid if my teacher's gonna kick me out because I was maybe gonna be too funny. And yes, do you know what's the most difficult thing for me to dance ballet? It's a balance. The balance, how you place your body weight, because in Kung Fu, we always need to stand stable, right? No matter how we move, we have to have like in Chinese, we call it Zhong Jin or something, like your gun, your root, right? You have to be strong, no matter how you move. In Kung Fu, at least, like all parts of your body moves simultaneously, right? It's not even same as boxing. Boxing is like you can, how to say, move maybe parts of your body and strike. But in Kung Fu, usually they say like a 六合, right? 六合. Like you have to, everything moves simultaneously. And your balance, it's really different. But in ballet, they ask you to flex your knees all the time. So basically what you need to do is not, how to say, it shouldn't be realistic, but you should be artistic. Because what you're gonna represent it's a beauty, right? It's a beauty. It's like maybe you're in an emotion or a story, a fairy tale, a magic. In Kung Fu, we have to be realistic, because otherwise, like you are not really safe, right? If you do all sorts of like very fancy stuff. So that's a thing that it's pretty hard for me. Yeah, one is realistic, another one's like artistic. It's not easy at all, man.
Yeah, so this is like yin and yang. One is realistic, another one is artistic. So my friend whom training with me daily from Norway a few days ago, I just talked with. She dance ballet, and also now she's training Tai Chi and also the other style Kung Fu with me. And she mentioned that many dancers, the greatest dancer, sometimes they have biggest problem of what? Of losing up their root, of floating their mind all the
losing
time.
up their root, right?
Yeah, they cannot be grounded. They cannot be down to earth.
Oh yeah.
So because you know their
that's right.
And all the movement, they have to fly, right? So the dance, especially
they have to fly. Exactly.
So sometimes the greater dancer you are, you have a bigger problem about how to
that's my problem,
and how to root. So how do you think about this? And if
my problem is the opposite.
They even have a psychology problem, you know, because the
psychology problem. How?
Psychology problem because their mind always like too wild. The mind is
too wild, right?
All the time, and their imagination is fantastic, but lost sort of realistic. So this is what they share. I think share with me. So how? Okay, now you are a beginner in ballet dancer. Okay, I'm not sure. I hope you can find a path to avoid this kind of problem. And
I hope so.
Yeah, but I think
it's so hard to, how to say.
Go ahead, please.
It's so hard to change your muscle memory. Yeah, the muscle memory. We've been training like Kung Fu for like so many years, right? So whatever we do, it looks like Kung Fu, right? So no matter how I dance, it looks pretty much like Kung Fu. And the most confusing thing is there are some movement. It's like very similar, like ballet, the hands, right? Like in Wing Chun, we also do the soft hands, right? For example, in Tai Chi, like your arms should be like how to say, like running water or something, but still different than a dance, because in Tai Chi you always have a root, you always have to be grounded, right? That's the thing. It's not so easy to fix, but that's very interesting. That's like how we know our body, like how I think I'm strong in some kind of field, but if I change to dance, it might be totally different thing, right? It's like yeah, it's more like a game. It's pretty fun to explore. Yeah.
Sure, because for as you mentioned, for Kung Fu or no matter any martial arts, we must be grounded. By being grounded,
Yeah.
we also need to keep a balance. But for dancing, I'm
Yeah.
an extremely poor dancer, and but from my the friend whom are training with me, they are great dancer. They said, okay, so for dancing, you need to keep balance when you are flying. So how you
Oh yes, yes, that's right.
Yeah, how you can balancing the two very challenging arts together. One is we have to landing up, we have to taking off our body, but at the same time we must landing down. I mean, if you have some ideas or experience to share with us.
Oh yes, because the foundations are different in Kung Fu, right? Like with each different body movement, you have to look at the foundation. In Kung Fu, what's the foundation? The stance, right? The stance training. No matter if you do the horse stance, tree stance, or in Tai Chi you do the Quan Jia, it's basically you have to stand low and move slow, right? You have to find how to say your joints. It's not even your muscle, your joints. Everything needs to be unified. I would use the words unified, right? In Kung Fu, it's basically like that. But in ballet, you always have to flex your knees. You always. That means your legs are always straight. Your hips are always tight. That doesn't really exist in Kung Fu. So basically, I think it's based how to do it technically. You have to train the foundation. Yeah, you have to train the foundation, not just jump to the movement. That's like if the foundation is different, look at the building, right? If the foundation is different, the whole building will be different. That's the thing. So basically focus on the foundation and the nerds of how to say body mechanics, right? Even like in Kung Fu, I'm sure you know, like the how to say Zheng Jin, this kind of thing, right? In Kung Fu, especially in Li Jia internal style. And even like kickboxer, Thai boxer, they cannot really generate this kind of force because like their body mechanics is different. You know that?
Yeah.
Even like for different martial arts, they cannot do that kind of they cannot generate that kind of a force because their foundation is different. They're good in a dynamic or it's just like something else. So basically what I'm saying is like there are different sides of movement, right? So basically focus on the basics. Everything I think it's more like a journey.
Sure, cool. And also on the way of training and until so far, have you ever made some mistakes and the mistakes made you get some injury physically or some mental problem?
Okay, that's a very good question. So basically, I think everybody makes mistake, right? No matter what kind of style you train or what kind of movement you train. With martial arts, the mistake I made was I cared too much about right or wrong. You know, so many of like people who practice martial arts care about which one's like stronger, which one's like what is right. Okay, you're not doing the right thing, and I'm doing the right thing. My style is the best. Your style is not. And basically. There was an interesting fact. When I was learning Wing Chun, I learned like the footwork, the foundations, basics, the stance. But I did my research because I'm the guy. I don't really, how to say, take words lightly. I would like do my research to really study one thing, right? And I'm learning like I studied like Yiman's Wing Chun, Yiman, Yiwen, and almost all of his students teach different Wing Chun. Different. Even the footwork, different. The structure sometimes different, even contradicted to each other. So which one should I actually believe? And the way they explain, like what's the most important thing in Wing Chun, their fighting style, they are totally different. But from the same master. So which one should I follow? Which one's wrong? Which one's right? So basically I was trapped in this kind of thing for some times. But the conclusion is like there is no right or wrong, just like there must be something that is suitable for you, because Kung Fu is not a machine. It's not like systematic, like steps by step, and everybody gets to the same result. Kung Fu is more like just like a running water. It's like flowing, right? And there is no shape. It's more like there are much more deep philosophies inside of it. You see, there's also so many styles of Tai Chi, right? So which one is right? Which one is wrong? Nobody can answer this question. It's like you took one path of Kung Fu and you develop. It's Kung Fu for me. It's a path to know yourself, basically. Yeah, it's a path to know yourself. And what is right for you? What is suitable for you? Actually, everybody knows that question already. You like trust your intuition. Like you will attract the right path. Like when you are ready, there is a quote: when students are ready, the path, the teacher is there, right? So basically, yeah, just enjoying the journey and be open-minded. That's like what I learned from like Kung Fu, and just to free yourself, because it's not something like it's not a religion. It's like you need to be, how to say, it's a way to free yourself. Just like Bruce Lee said, right? It's like a finger point to the moon. Do not focus on a finger, otherwise you will miss the heavenly glory. And with that's a thing. Yeah, from martial arts and from bodyweight training. And one mistake I made was like I cared too much about the program, because I did almost all the research about bodyweight, and I tried different programs, right? Like different training method, like some can help you to gain muscle, some can help you to gain endurance or strength, like how to balance this, how to balance that. But the thing is, like I did a lot of research to try different training methods on myself. I'm like an experimental guy, right? I don't just read and teach my students. I tried every single thing on myself with a training program as well. And yeah, sometimes I even couldn't fall asleep because like those questions were just in my mind all the time. But the thing is, like the program, right? At the end, the program is really not important, because there is not one universal method can make everybody strong. Like your body is also like running water. It's like everything's like a flow. You just be in a flow. And you know what your body needs. Like also the best training method is not someone invented like from last week or last month. It's always there. It's always there. And it's also not assistant. It's much more flexible. It's like you cooking a dish, right? You can add the ingredients you like, right? I would give this kind of a metaphor. So basically, you know what your body needs, and just listen to your body. You'll find your perfect way to exercise. Also, even with bodyweight training, there are so many different ways to express yourself. I have a training team, just like last year back in Chengdu, right? Like a team from all over the world. I mean, those people, they're really awesome. Some are from like a Marine, like a US Marine, and some they have a different background, a yoga instructor, or just like they're doing the calisthenics skill. They can do like very impressive stuff like human flex and different front lever, back lever, or planche, like those kind of movement, right? So even my body weight, I noticed it's like my body weight training method, it's so different. Like everybody's doing different things, but we could learn from each other. That's the most beautiful thing. I had like amazing. I have. It's not I had. I mean, we're always friends, although they're not here in China anymore. It's like, yeah, I built really amazing friendship last year with like different practitioners from all over the world. That's really incredible. Yeah.
Cool. And thank you for your great personal opinion and your experience on your way of training, how to help us, how to avoid the mistake we could be, and to not injure us. And I think by your word about Zheng Jin, I translated as integrated energy, like uniting everything together.
Oh, right.
Yeah, integrated
everything
energy.
Together. Yeah.
Integrated energy. So I think this is all the Kung Fu style are longing for, no matter any style. So we are searching for a Zheng Jin, integrated energy flowing.
Yeah.
And from interestingly, that your fitness training on our body weight is also longing for Zheng Jin, because only we can go to Zheng Jin. Yeah, and we can really make our training by our body efficient and in great efficiency.
Yes, yes.
So and it's this is
Oh,
what
I forgot to mention. I forgot to mention only one thing. You asked me about injury, right? With bodyweight, it's really hard to get injured, but somehow I had only one injury. It was like was last year. Actually, that wasn't even my idea. Like my friends, like my brothers, we started like a backflip challenges, right? Backflip, it's a skill. It's like I never did it before. I only saw in a Chinese opera like those flips, and I did backflips 3 times. I could do it by myself. And one day I was learning like the backflip with a cartwheel, like together, right? Like 毽子侧后空翻, yeah, something like that. And I found a video by myself, and I landed on my head. Oh my God! Like a few months, my neck still feel pain. That was my only injury that ever occurred. So basically, the only risk is like if you're doing something you are not familiar with, and something like risky by itself, like backflip is like if you fuck up, you're done. Yes, something like that. And I didn't have any other injury, but however, sometimes right in the past, now I don't make this mistake anymore. It's like sometimes I overtrained. It's like I trained more than my body needs, right? So sometimes I couldn't sleep. Like that, but actually to get strong, in order to get strong, you don't need hours of training. Yeah, believe me, you don't need it. Like everybody has it's like a natural process, right? Follow your body, do not force anything. You only need a little bit of time to get strong. With my body weight, like even last year, right? My main strength training, every day I needed only 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Yeah, I could do like 1 arm pull-ups and different deep handstand push-ups, like those incredible stuff, by only 15 minutes a day, maybe 5 times a week. That's my whole training with bodyweight training. Yeah. So
Impressive.
It doesn't take longer than you expect. Yeah.
Cool.
It's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And so you are locating now in Sichuan, right? So nearby Chengdu.
Yes, mostly.
Yeah.
I was in Europe before. I was in Poland. Yes, maybe in the future I would go to Europe again. Yes. Right now I'm just located in Sichuan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So guys, and thank you for your great sharing, and Louis, and
Thank
also
you,
if any guys who are looking for Wing Chun trainer and also great fitness instructor by your own body weight, you are welcome to find Louis, and we will put his social media contact below, and welcome to join his training. And if you ever come to Sichuan, and welcome to contact him. And one thing I would like to say, you mentioned the great flow by your own way. This is exactly what we are longing for. For example, I'm from Henan, and I like eating spicy food. So in Henan, I will say,
you like eating spicy food?
Yeah, I like eating spicy food. So in Henan, I will say 多点辣, which means more spicy, right? But in Sichuan, I will say 少点辣,
yeah, more
little spicy. So this is the difference because these two places offer the totally different. I mean the standard of spicy, spicy food.
Yeah,
So
different. Like in Zhong Jin, it's even more spicy. Like
yeah. That's why we must find what is suitable for us, for our personality. Just like the tea, who can decide the green tea is good or black tea is bad? No, now we are enjoying black tea in winter. Maybe some guys enjoying oolong tea in winter, or black green tea in winter.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so yeah. Okay, once again.
Thank you so much,
thank you, okay, I'm looking forward to see you. Okay.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.